And I'm very happy, as I'm sure you are, that the Makerfield election is over and done with now and we can move on with our lives. And I'm going to cover today some of the more humorous parts of what happened last night. There's a lot of serious commentary out there, as well, there should be as well. But I thought a more light-hearted look at some of the things that happened, and chief amongst them was Count Binface. Now, he bombed a Sky News reporter, and it was just fabulous. I really enjoyed it, and for me, it was the highlight of the whole evening.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I better.
To talk to him.
No, I'm going to hand you back to. I'm going to. Oh right. Okay.
You want to talk to me?
Yeah, go on then.
Go on then.
Right.
Back
What?
to the nation.
Who are you?
My name. What kind of journalist is this? You don't know? Have a look.
I've got my list here.
It's not Burnham.
No, I realise that. Oh, you're Count Binface, yeah?
There you go. You did go to journalism school. Excellent. Yes, I.
A long time ago.
I beg your pardon?
I said a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh well, I wouldn't have known.
Why are you standing in this election? Just a stunt?
It's A, because it's happening. B, I was at a loose end. C, because I believe elected mayors should serve out their terms before they're eligible to stand for Parliament.
Oh, you've made a sensible serious political point there.
Well, no, you're supposed to be impartial, mate. So let me carry on. I'm going to rephrase the traffic lights on Liverpool Road. I'll price cap Wigan kebabs at £2. I'll make cyclists who disobey the highway code have to ride unicycles instead. And I will turn HS2 into FFS1 and reroute it.
Not going to swear, are you?
No, I'm perfectly... Although we are past the watershed, but don't worry.
No, we don't want you swearing, please.
I promise I won't. I'm a good boy. And no, but I'm going to reroute it through rail executives' homes. I'm going to build at least one affordable house. I mean, I could go on. What's Andy said he's going to do?
Oh, he said lots he's going to do, and he changes his mind from time to time. But anyway, are you going to save your deposit? Probably not.
No, in a word. But if I could beat the Tories or the Lib Dems, that would be quite funny.
Yeah, I suppose they wouldn't find it very funny, though, would they? How many votes do you think you're going to get?
Well, I'd be happy with one.
Do you live in the constituency?
I do tonight.
Well, it sounds as though you don't.
What, do you?
No, of course not. I don't live here, no.
So why should I?
Well, a lot of candidates like to boast that they're local. You're obviously not too concerned about that.
Well, I'm looking at the putative Prime Minister, Nigel Farage. He spends more time in America than in Clacton. So why should...
You don't think Mr. Burnham's the putative Prime Minister, then?
Well, they both putatas, that they will be the next PM. But I think at least Andy feels like he's slightly local to the area. But that's something. If I was to win...
He used to be the MP for Leeds, just not very far from here.
Exactly. If I win, I swear...
That's not going to happen.
Well, exactly. So I'm going to say, I swear I'll move to Makerfield if I win.
Okay, all right. I'm sure they'll all be delighted. Well, I'm sure there's other people who want to interview you. Thank you for talking to Sky News.
It's my pleasure. Well interviewed. Well done. Hello. It's the Manchester Evening News. That's a proper journalist.
Well, Anna, I think I got the short straw there.
Got a crowd of people.
And I can tell you from experience, there's not many Geordies would knock back the thought of a £2 kebab. So I think we need Count Binface for, the North Tyneside Newcastle area, because £2 kebab, that's just a brilliant one. Outside, of course, through rerouting trains through railway bosses' homes, and I loved that. I loved the whole interview there, and I thought he caught Sky News on the hop. And for all that the man was going on and being annoyed, I just thought he was smashed there. And well done, Count Binface, who actually performed quite well against the Lib Dems. And the Tories, and the Greens, actually. He done all right. He got about a third of the votes in some instances that other people got. So well done again to Count Binface. And the other thing that I wanted to look at was the Restore implosion. Now, Restore were touting this as this was going to be a political earthquake. This was going to be the moment that everything changed in British politics. And I'm going to cover the Lotus Eaters, which is essentially an arm of Restore Britain now. But first of all, here's Rupert Lowe on election night. I think Rupert had a couple of sherries. I'm not sure. I don't want to say the man was drunk, but, is this the man that's going to be leading our country?
Rupert, Sophie Reaper, GB News. I wonder if we could ask you a quick question.
GB News?
Yes.
God, you never have me on.
We don't want to back
you'll
your
get into trouble for having me on.
No, of course we won't.
You
of
will.
course we won't.
You will.
We
You
absolutely
will.
will not. I just want to ask you, was it worth the risk potentially splitting that vote if it means Andy Burnham ends up in number 10?
I'm not interested in... Do votes belong to anybody?
You tell me.
No, you tell me. I'm asking you the question. You asked me a question.
No one wants to.
By the question you asked, you sort of seem to assume the votes belong to somebody. They don't.
If they're at risk,
Votes are for the public to cast, for those people they believe in. So nobody can split a vote. What you do is you have a roster of people standing and the public decide who they're going to vote for. Votes do not belong to anybody. They don't belong to Andy Burnham, they don't belong to me, they don't belong to Reform, they belong to nobody.
But if we take a look at the polls, it does seem that it's been a bit of a two-horse race, doesn't it, between...
Well, I don't mind if Reform
Labour.
want to stand down. I'm happy with that. If the Tories want to stand down, I'm happy with that.
But what will you say if it means Andy Burnham ends up in number 10? Was that worth the risk?
I don't think it makes any practical difference whether we have Andy Burnham in number 10, whether we have Keir Starmer remaining, whether we have Wes Streeting, whether we have Al Carnes, whoever else decides to stand. Labour have done untold damage to this country in 2 years. They're complete charlatans. The front bench has no idea what it's doing. They have no idea of the consequences of the legislation they're passing, of the taxes that they're effectively levying on an increasingly small, productive Britain, which is being taxed into oblivion to fund an increasingly inefficient state, which now accounts for far too much of GDP. So I don't think it makes any difference. Labour won a landslip election victory on a very low turnout, on a very low share of the vote, right? So they've got a big overall majority, and a lot of those Labour MPs will be one-term MPs, because Labour is not going to get re-elected again. It doesn't matter whether Starmer's running the party, whether the Ghostbuster Burnham's running the party, whether Streeting's running the party. They're all Fabian sort of fools, as I call them, the whole lot of them. So they don't know what they're doing, and the British public can see that.
And you can tell when Rupert's talking about the points that he's bringing up there that he was an ex-Reform MP. There's no difference between much of Reform UK's policies and Restore. There's not a fag paper between them, and I think that's obvious for all to see. There's an ethnic part to Restore Britain, which is undeniable, and that's the main difference. And that's what separates the parties, apart from the fact that Reform is now a professional outfit, and this is the man here who leads Restore Britain. But on to the Restore supporters. Now, there was a couple of moments I wanted to bring to you here. The first one, Connor Tomlinson on the Dan Wootton show. Priceless moment. Watch Connor's face as the results are laid out, and Ola as well, who's quite popular, the blonde lady you're about to see on X. These two are pumping Restore all the time, and as the results are kind of read out, just priceless moments.
Count Binface, the Count Binface Party, 95. Burnham Andrew Murray, commonly known as Andy Burnham, the Labour and Cooperative Party, 24,927.
You think he's done it with that? It's 45,000, isn't it? So that's he thinks he's done it with that.
Clark Daniel David, commonly known as Dan
out.
Clark, the Libertarian Party, 18. Dyer John Alfred,
Get
Independent,
your calculator out,
37.
Russell, to work out the percentages for Restore, please.
Gemmell Edmund John, commonly known as Ed Gemmell, the Climate Party, 18.
Yes.
Gould Paul Richard, Independents, 8. Hope Allen, commonly known as Howling Lord Hope, the official monster raving loony party, 45. Kenyon Robert, commonly known as Rob Kenyon, Reform UK, 15,696. Pownell Robert Neal, Independent, 18. Shepherd Rebecca Lee, Restore Britain, 3,111. Wakefield Sarah Elizabeth, the Green Party, 308.
And Connor's face there, an absolute picture. He was hoping for a better result, and he actually went, oh. And that, my friends, is a delicious sound. It's the sound of the far right in our country realising that they'll never get above 5 to 8%. And the reason why they'll never get above 5 to 8% is because about 5 to 8% of the country are hardcore racists. Those are the people that are going to be voting for Restore, and it's as straightforward as that. And that's why I predict, actually, at the next general election, that Restore will get a few votes across the country. They'll probably take 5 to 7% of the vote. Probably on a national basis, it'll be less because they won't be able to have the presence that they had. Let's say 5% and be very kind. But I'd be very surprised if Restore Britain won more than one MP at the next general election. I think last night was a good indicator of that. And it's a good indicator as well of the types of people that do vote for Restore. And we'll finish off on some Lotus Eater tears. And this is perhaps the delicacy that we savour the most. The Lotus Eaters have gone full bore. They're all in on Restore Britain. And they've made a tactical error, I'm afraid.
No particular reason to disbelieve their internal polling, which is coming out in the low 20s. So I'll just say that. Low 20s. Seems reasonable.
The aura of momentum is now with Restore Britain.
This Restore momentum.
Restore Britain. They've got the momentum.
There's a momentum there already that I don't think has been seen.
The ley lines are all lining up. You can feel it. It's
buzz and this momentum.
And anybody is welcome to join if they've.
Well, half of our viewers are not based in the UK, so are they welcome to join?
I believe so. Yeah, I mean, if you care about Britain and you care about the future of this country, and you have 20
there'll be a lot of Anglo-Americans watching.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is the mother country,
All of the right people are freaking out.
It's real people. You're going to see that tonight. You are going to see that tonight. It is real people.
Okay, I'm a real woman, Amanda. I want you to know that. Yes, a real woman, okay?
You made this wonderful little bed of lies, and now you can get fucked.
And a good compilation from your man there, and he's available on X. He's called BritBoy95X, and he puts out stuff like this all the time, and he's well worth a follow if that's your thing. And just to surmise everything there, Rob Kenyon done all right for reform. It was always going to be an uphill struggle against Andy Burnham, who is a local lad to all intents and purposes. And now, of course, we have to move on, and they're having a go at reform today as the far right alternative. And look at what we're able to do when we galvanise support. And Andy's offering hope, didn't you know? And everything's going to turn out peachy in the future, but over the next few weeks, we are going to see something rather special, because if the statements coming out of number 10 today are to be believed, Keir Starmer is going nowhere. And so what we're going to be seeing over the next few weeks is a leadership contest where Streeting has politely asked Keir Starmer to go home at the weekend and have a chat with his wife and consider his position and consider the greater good of the Labour Party and its mission. But we already know that Keir Starmer is going to cling on to power till the bitter end. He's going to make a candidate, Andy Burnham, beat him in an election within the Labour Party, and that is going to happen. And in doing so, what we are going to have to listen to are policies, because Andy's been getting by thus far on War Andy, King of the North, I'm nice, I'm him, I like a pint, I go for a jog, and I bring hope and I bring a new and a changed Labour Party for the future to deliver the change that this country needs. But now the rubber meets the road for Mr. Burnham, and he's going to have to actually come out with his policies. And so it all begins, and delicious, absolutely delicious what's to come. We get to watch the Labour Party rip itself to pieces over the next few weeks, and to be honest, I can't wait, and I'll be cataloguing every single moment of it. Thank you very much.